Neo. Obviously, I'm Jade. Nice
You're
to meet
Jade.
you. Um, I'm 17 years old. I play at JVW, obviously, in the first team. And I
Cool.
joined JVW when I was 12, so that means I've been at JVW for 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah,
It's quite a while. Well
yeah,
done.
it has been quite a while.
Was that like your first club or?
No, so I
how-
joined Ramberg FC when I was about 4 or 5. And I
Okay.
stayed there until I was 9, I think. And then from
Sure.
there, I went and played for Supersport Academy. Both Ramberg and Supersports, I played with boys. And then from
Cool.
Supersports, I went straight to JVW, which is obviously an all-girls club.
Yeah.
It's really nice to meet you. Obviously, this is the first time.
Likewise.
But I just have a few questions to ask you, obviously, just to find out a bit more about you. So the
Sure.
first question is just where are you from and what do you do for a living?
Okay, where I'm from, small town in the Free State called Valkom. Like a little backwater town, not much, super unassuming. What do? I used to do freelance creative work. Now, obviously with lockdown, COVID, the Delta V flying around.
Yeah.
Back home, helping the mom out, running family business, but for the most time, chilling on the couch, maxo relaxo. Just keeping home and staying safe.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Are you a big football fan? Do you watch any soccer?
Yeah, I watch quite a bit of soccer. If it's not soccer, it's surfing. Bit of Wimbledon earlier, but my player got knocked out, so I'm kind of bummed about that. Gonna sulk, go cry,
Who is
and
it?
play some. I was watching Iga Swiatek, amazing tennis player. But I'm gonna go watch old, if not Rafa, then Federer. If they get knocked out, I might just break the TV or play PlayStation.
And how did you find JVW and why did you decide to get involved in the individual player sponsor?
Well, how I found JVW was obviously social media kind of popped up, decided to follow them. And the individual player sponsorship, I'd been watching quite a bit of sport, and obviously one day I was watching the Olympics and kind of realized that, hang on, women's sport, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of talent there, but why is it once every 4 years?
Yeah.
Should be like the men's game where there's a game almost every single day. So when the IPS popped up, I was like, I'm going to do that. And for no other reason than to show people that if a make-believe person like myself can get behind women's sport, then why can't other people? So yeah, that's why I did it. And initially I wasn't really going to attach my name to it, but I thought, Jesus Louise, but you know what, why not just do it so that people can see that a normal person is getting behind women's sport. And yeah, if I can do it, then why can't they?
100%. And just another question on that topic. Why did you decide to sponsor me as an individual player?
Because I was watching the Kosafa Cup and there was a young lady wearing number 17 who had an absolute stormer, scored 2 worldies, and just the way you're bossing the midfield, I was like, that's one for the future. National pride depends on her in future coming World Cups. And yeah, let's get the kid playing as much football as possible, and hopefully one day we'll bring back a World Cup trophy. No pressure, but carry on doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
So I think that's all the questions from my side. Is there
Jeez, and I was sweating it out. I was like, it's going to be a proper interview. I've prepared some questions here. Hope you're ready. Bit of a third degree going to happen. What made you start playing football, apart from it being an amazing sport, and why wouldn't you?
Yeah, obviously. So I think from a very young age, I was exposed to the sport. Both my dad and both my grandfathers were big lovers and big fans of the sport. And I think ever since then, because I was introduced from a young age, I just fell in love with the game and never really looked back from there. I've been playing since I was like 4 or 5 years old.
Oh, okay, awesome. It's good to hear.
Yeah.
And how's your journey at JVW been so far?
It's been very good. Obviously, I joined when I was quite young.
Sure.
But I think, obviously, all journeys, whether it's in sport or in life, it has its ups and downs. But definitely my time at JVW has been full of a lot more ups and more positive moments. It's been a great learning experience. And it's grown me not only individually, but as a player. And yeah, it's been a great learning experience. And I hope that continues into the future and I continue to learn and grow as a player.
Well, no, for sure. Long may it continue. I hope so too.
100%.
Question, what has been the highlight of your footballing journey so far?
So I have been very privileged to have quite a few really great experiences in the game. I've traveled to Denmark, I think 3 times with the under 16 JVW team to play in the Dana Cup. And then obviously my national appearances. I made my first national debut when I was 16 for the under 17 team. It's also a CASAFA tournament, but in Mauritius. And then obviously last year, playing CASAFA in PE. I personally think I had a really great tournament. I scored my first national goal against Zimbabwe, and I scored another 2 against Timor. Yeah, so I had 3 goals for the tournament. So I think that was probably the biggest one so far.
John, awesome. I remember seeing 2 of those goals and my jaw was literally on the floor. I was like, wow. Yeah, you had a bloody good tournament, I'm not going to lie.
Thank you so
much. Where do you see yourself in the next couple of years?
So I'm hoping...
United woman.
I'm hoping to go overseas, hopefully get into a university overseas so I can obviously study and then play. And then after university and after studying in that, I would probably hope to stay over there, sign for a professional club, whether it be in Europe or the States. Preferably I would rather go to Europe. But yeah, I think just as a player, I think the opportunities overseas are better than what they currently are in SA.
Sure.
So I think for now, that is what I'm aiming for, and hopefully that comes true.
Well, the way you're going, I can only see it coming true. So yeah, let's hold in thumbs. And yeah, who and where do you draw your inspiration from? Not that you need much, but
I would probably have to say my family and friends. I'm very close to both my parents, and they've supported me from day one. They've always given me encouraging words and been there by my side. So I'd probably have to go with friends and then my family, my immediate family. There are definitely, I would say probably in the women's game, I'd probably say, and locally, I'd probably say Janine van Beek. She's a big inspiration to not only me, but I know hundreds of girls look up to her. She really did start from the bottom and work her way up to one of the best defenders in Africa, if not the world, in the women's game. So I would probably have to say, Janine van Beek.
Good answer. I'm pretty sure she'll be happy with that one. What have been your biggest lessons you've learned from football? Obviously, we all know sport is not just about what you do on the field, but it grows you as a person, as you mentioned. So if you could elaborate on that, please.
So I think one of the biggest lessons I learned is that as much as your physical strength is important, your mental strength is probably just as important, if not more important. And I think not many people realize that, or not many people learn about that. not only in sport, but from a young age. They just think, oh no, to get good grades, you need to work, or to get to the A team for sport, you need to just work hard. But it's not only about that, it's your mental strength. And I think a lot of people learned that the hard way, and I was one of them. I learned that the hard way. But I think
for sure
that needs to be a topic of discussion for younger players. That it's not just what you do on the field, like you said, but it's your thoughts, it's your determination, it's your work ethic, it's everything like that that combines with your physical strength and your physical attributes to make you a great player. And it might not even be in sport, but just to succeed in whatever you do in life, you need the mental strength when times get tough to keep going and not to give up. And mental strength is a big one for me.
Kids got brains. Kids got brains. I like it. Closing. Are there any interesting facts you can tell us about young Jade?
Oh, not really. I live with my parents, my mom and my dad. I'm an only child. I'm a big animal lover, always have been from a very young age, always had pets around, stuff like that.
Sure.
Currently, I have 2 cats, 1 dog, and a fish tank. I really enjoy like the outdoors and being in nature and stuff like that. Big lover of the sea, the ocean.
Awesome. Nice.
That's pretty much me.
That's pretty much you in a nutshell. And outside of football, like any sports you enjoy watching, participating in?
When I was younger, I used to literally do every sport.
Sure.
I did rugby for a while. I did cross country. I was quite good at cross country, athletics, cricket, swimming, tennis. All that. So when I was young, I really did do a lot of sports. But then as I got older, I had to choose what sports I wanted to really focus on, more because of time than anything else. And at the moment, currently, I just do soccer. I just train, more for time reason, obviously with school as well. It's quite hard sometimes to juggle between soccer and training, and then obviously traveling on the weekends as well, and still keeping my marks up. But I'd be open to try sports like boxing. I've always wanted to try boxing.
Okay.
It's always been something that I thought was pretty cool to try.
Well, it's interesting. Boxing's an interesting one, very demanding physically, and
100%. Anything you like to do in your spare time, or
hanging out with mates, well, when we were allowed to before the Delta V started flying around. Otherwise, I skate. Not anymore. Kind of hurt myself, and with my knee injury, it's pretty difficult. So had to put the board away before I did myself any more serious injuries. But reading, listening to music, hanging out with my dog, a little rascal. It's over there right now.
What dog do you have?
I got a Jack Russell right now.
Aww.
Looking at getting more. I want a Rhodesian Ridgeback, but they're super hard to find.
Yeah.
But I will find one. I'm not going to give up until I do. And that's pretty much it. Middle of the road, boring kind of guy. There's a lot more, but that's a different interview. So
well, I think that pretty much covers everything. I would just like to thank you for not only taking the time out of your day to take the interview and just catch up and speak to me and whatever, but also for choosing me to sponsor. It really does mean a lot, and especially from someone who I didn't know 20 minutes ago, I knew nothing about. That really does mean a lot to me, and some people may look at it as something small, but it really does mean a lot to me. And also the fact that you watched me at CASAFA, that really does mean a lot to me. So thank you.
Oh, you're so very welcome, and yeah, it's good meeting you. Keep up the good work, and good luck with school and the rest of the season, and yeah, hope all your dreams come true.
Thank you so much.